Hi everyone, welcome to Oscar's Green Card. Today we're going to deal with the November 2025 visa bulletin. There's not a lot of news, almost no news at all, but we're going to see what the dates are, what are the expected wait times, and we're going to talk about all those tables from the visa bulletin. Let's jump in. Hi, as you know, my name is Oscar. I'm a scientist, not a lawyer, and in this channel we talk about green cards like EB2NAW or EB1A in which you can be a self-petitioner. That means that you don't need to have a job offer, you can do it without a sponsor, and also you can do it without a lawyer if you choose a do-it-yourself route. And we have a website, oscarsgreencard.com, where we teach you all the ins and outs about this. We also have specialized courses. If you already decided that you want to go for it, we teach you how to put together each of the chapters for the petition, how to assemble the documents, which kind of evidence you can use. In essence, it's a step-by-step guide so you can do it yourself. But now let's go with the topic of today's video, which is the visa bulletin for November 2025, which is the second month of fiscal year 2026. October was the big one because October is when the fiscal year starts. We saw that last month. There were good movements forward, unexpected, to be honest. From my side, I have to say that I didn't have a lot of expectations put in October, but that happened, that was positive. And now what we're going to see today is that things will get stuck in November, which is not a horrible kind of news because we come from positive news. Of course, we always want to see the visa bulletin progressing, but I don't want to see the visa bulletin moving backwards, having retrogression. And that is, for me, good enough right now in the current situation. We will also see that USCIS will allow you to use Table B for adjustment of status, which is also great. They continue that, same as in October. And so we're going to see all those tables in a second, but I want you to understand what is the impact of the visa bulletin in your green card journey. The visa bulletin really what tells you is there a visa number available for you? Remember that the US system is a quota-based system for green cards. We have about 140,000 green cards that they can give every year for employment. And in each category, there's a certain percentage that they will allocate. 28 roughly percent for EB1 and the same for EB2. And then we have also quotas by country. So all those things, all those complicated levers, then they will converge in a table. So we are going to see Table A, final action dates, which is the most important one. That is really the one that will tell you, is there that visa number available for you yet, or you have to keep waiting? So what you do is you consult that table and see if your priority date is earlier than the date shown in the table. If that's the case, there is a visa number available for you and you can finish the green card process. However, if your priority date is later than the date shown in that table, then you have to wait until there's a visa bulletin that allows you to complete the process. Because remember, there are two steps. I-140 step is the first one. You can do that whenever you want. There's no restriction. But the second step, adjustment of status or consular processing from abroad, that can only be completed when Table A allows you. And then we have Table B. We are going to talk about it later in this video because it becomes important in this time of the year. But let's start seeing the visa bulletin. And of course, remember that to consult the visa bulletin, you just have to Google visa bulletin. You will land in this website, travelstate.gov website. It's an official one. And you will always find, as of now with the current design, on the left side, you will have the October 2025 visa bulletin, in this case, the current month. And then at some point in the month, they will release the next one, which in this case is November. So what I will do is I will open both. We will see what happens in the employment-based categories. We don't really talk about family-based green cards in this channel. If you're interested in that, I recommend you find a different channel where they discuss those topics. So let's start with Table A, final action days. We already talked about the significance of this table. It's the most important one, no matter if you are in the US or abroad. And for EB1, what we had in October is that most countries were current. Current or C means that there's no wait time. They have enough visa numbers available for you to go and file an adjustment of status right away if you wanted to do that. But China and India in EB1, they do have some wait time because those are big countries with lots of population, with a lot of immigrants to the US. And because of the country quota, then they do have a date, December 2022 for China and February 2022 for India. That means that a Chinese citizen could not get a green card until their priority date was earlier than December 2022. And the same for India with a different date. And what we see is that in November, we switch now to November, we have exactly the same situation. So no change whatsoever in Table A. And by the way, the same thing happens for Table B. We had a date of December 1st, 2023 for most countries, rest of world. And we have the same December 2023 in the visa bulletin for November 2025. China and India, again, have more wait time. April 2021 for China in EB2, April 2013 for India in EB2, and those dates are still true in the visa bulletin for November. And even though we don't really cover EB3 and EB4, you can also see that all those categories, they remain pretty much the same, exactly the same in the visa bulletin for November 2025. So no change. This is going to be a boring video, but at least there's no retrogression. At least everyone that could finish their green card journey in October will be able to do so in November. So things still at the processing level will continue moving in USCIS. Now, Table B. Table B is particularly important for adjustment of status applicants. And we know that depending on the month, USCIS will allow you to either use Table B or Table A for filing an adjustment of status I-485 form. Now, at the beginning of the fiscal year, traditionally, they let you file based on Table B. You cannot complete the process, you cannot get your green card until Table A allows you, but at least you can file it. And that means that you can also file for temporary employment card, EAD card, and travel documents so you can travel outside and come back during your adjustment of status. And those things are very valuable for some applicants. So it is always good when USCIS allows you to file an adjustment of status based on Table B. And I'm going to show you now that we have compiled what has happened historically with how USCIS treat these tables. So if you see here, and let me zoom in, traditionally at the beginning of the fiscal year, except for 2018, they allow you to use Table B or dates for filing. And what we are going to see now is that in 2026 fiscal year, November, which is what we are discussing today, they also allow you to do that. We expect that to continue at least one more month, but this can change. You see that, for example, 2016, December already switched. Depending in 2021, it was in January. So it really depends, and we'll have to keep an eye on that. Right now, they already published this, which is strange. Usually they take a long time, but for employment base, they are saying that in November, you can use dates for filing. And if we go to dates for filing, the table has not changed with respect October. So we have that EB1 is current, EB1 China is May 2023, EB1 India is April 2023, and then in EB2 we have July 24, 15th July 24 for most countries. We have December 21 for China and December 2013 for India. So for example, if you are in EB2, you are hoping to finish your process for EB2NAW, your priority date is earlier than 15th of July 2024, you can file an adjustment of status even if Table A doesn't allow you to complete the process. You can already put together your petition for adjustment of status, you can submit it to USCIS, and it is going to start the processing, and you can file for those temporary benefits that we were discussing, like travel document, like employment authorization card or EAD card. Very valuable thing to do. I urge you, if you are in that situation, to consider filing your adjustment of status. And by the way, in our website, we do have a package for do-it-yourself petitioners like you, so you can learn how to do it by yourself. Also in our courses, we do offer a specific module on adjustment of status and in consular processing. If you're in our courses, you don't have to worry, you already know this. But if you aren't, please consider to join in our courses. We're going to see a quick ad for that, and then we're back to see the historical picture of what has been happening in the visa bulletin. Let's go with Marina.
Let's take a quick break to tell you all about the resources that we offer in our websites. Our website, oscarsgreencard.com, is the main portal to access all of our resources in one place. From there, you can go to our specific websites about the EB1A and EB2NIW categories. There is a lot of information about these two categories. You can read our latest posts, learn from the success stories of our course members, and stay up to date with the recent news about these green cards. But what we recommend the most is our courses. We have 4 different courses. Let's start with the 2 courses focused on the petition writing. We have one for EB1A and another one for EB2NIW category. These are focused on teaching you how to prepare a good petition step by step. We tell you everything about the requirements of each category, how to craft recommendation letters, and we talk about the forms and the fees. In every lesson, you can write your questions down so you're not left with any doubts. Also, in the EB2NIW course, we meet once a month, so we can answer your questions face to face and learn from each other. On top of these 2 courses, we offer an additional course about responding to a request for evidence in the EB2NIW category, and another one to teach you the requirements of each category and how to build your profile. So after everything I've told you, what are you waiting for? Join us, we learn together.
Well, thank you, Marina. We're back and we're going to take a look at the historical wait times based on the different visa bulletins each month. So here we have my Excel spreadsheet for EB2. We're going to focus especially in EB2. Most of the audience is interested in EB2NIW, and EB1 is current for most countries anyway. So this is what has happened historically. Since November 2022, the wait time has been increasing with the increase in popularity in this green card category, and we can watch our recent video about approval rates and how that is changing in the EB2NIW landscape. But also we cover demand and pending cases as well. And what happens is that because of all that popularity, the wait times in the visa bulletin started increasing because there's more demand than the quota for EB2. And so the government cannot issue more than a certain number of green cards, roughly 40,000 green cards per year. And so during a year and a few months, we had a pretty stable situation at 15 months, give or take, of wait time. And then things started getting even worse. And now in fiscal year 2025, we saw that we were already above 20 months of wait time. We got a little bit of relief with the start of fiscal year 2026. And now we are back increasing 1 month. We are very close to the 2-year mark of wait time based on the visa bulletin. If we focus on the time to file adjustment of status, it's a similar trend, but sometimes we get downs on the positive side because the fiscal year changes in October, and then the wait time decreases because they allow you to use Table B. That is the effect of using Table B. You can see that in the recent month of October, how we saw a big relief in wait time just because USCIS said you can use Table B. So that is the significance of this. And today, by the way, I posted a story in Instagram trying to see what was your expectation with this visa bulletin for November, and I have the results here. And 53% of the people thought that they would have a big movement forward. So they were very optimistic. I asked, what do you think is going to happen? Not what do you want is going to happen. 53% thought big movement forward. 32% think no, it's going to be exactly as in October, which is what really happened. And then 16% thought yes, but little changes. And nobody voted for the retrogression option. So I like how optimistic you are. I want to be as optimistic as you. So now, let me know in the comments, where are you in your process? Are you waiting for the visa bulletin? Are you still thinking about filing your I-140? And remember, we have good resources for you if you're in that early stage of the process. But let me know where you are in the process. Let me know what are your thoughts about this visa bulletin and what are your feelings for this new fiscal year 2026. Do you think we're going to see movements at all in this fiscal year? Is it going to be stuck like in November? What are your impressions there? Thank you so much for following us, and we will see you in the next video. Good luck in your green card journey.